Hi everybody. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about what the difference is between crack and cocaine. My name is Cindy Wofford and I'm the outreach director here at Beginnings Treatment Center. So I first kind of wanted to jump into my own personal experience with crack and cocaine and then kind of break it down on the forms, the substances in general, on how they look. I want to do it as a parent as well, for parents to be able to look for the differences in between both the crack and the cocaine. So first I'm going to talk about my personal experience. So I did shoot a video on my personal experience on cocaine, and cocaine is very highly addictive. It comes in a white powdery substance, usually is inhaled by nasal, so you snort it. And crack is really hard, almost like a plastic looking piece, very small in size, and you usually smoke that. For my experience with crack was, I remember I was somewhere and I inhaled the crack, smoked it, and I immediately felt a almost like a buzzing noise in my ears, and it was like womp, womp, womp. And I actually had to crouch down and sit down for a second because I felt like I was going to faint because the effect was so powerful. And it didn't last that long. And I thought to myself, man, like this is very short-lived as far as the experience and the high of it. I probably did it 10 or 12 more times after that. But in my mind's eye, it was, it's very expensive, and you want to achieve that same effect. And to me, it wasn't worth it. And then I did talk about crack in another video, cocaine in another video, and the cocaine is normally used by nasal snorting it. That's the most common way used. Very highly addictive, both. The sad thing is both of them are highly, highly addictive. With the crack, once the person cooks the cocaine, I think they add baking soda to it. It becomes almost the purest form of cocaine, which is then called crack. And the reason why they call it crack is because when you smoke it, it makes a popping noise when you're lighting it on fire and inhaling it. Over the years in sobriety, I've had hundreds of clients that were addicted to crack, and I feel the effect of the addictive qualities of crack are more severe than cocaine, just because it's that, how I was explaining before, it's that constant wanting that effect right away, feeling, and unfortunately the high doesn't last that long, so you're constantly having to regain and refill and re-up that pipe or the crack habit. I've seen numerous people lose everything, like I talked about for cocaine, their marriages, their financial status, their employers, employment, to the fact where they end up homeless, and the only thing that matters to them is to get their next crack rock to be able to smoke it. The sadness that I see and the brain damage that it causes over a period of time, it's almost like somebody that has OCD, and if you know what OCD is, it's a constant striving to, rearrange things to your perception of organization, but it's the constant, like, I gotta feel it, I got it, and I think that it has to do with the neurotransmitters as well. Like, actually, I know it does. So the crack is so short-lived, and you have to put it in your system so often that the addiction qualities of it and the neurotransmitters and the need to want is far more greater than cocaine. With cocaine, usually, like I had said, it's done by nasal, it's snorted, and it comes in the white powdery substance powder. Cocaine has the same effect, but not as great as crack. People that experience crack addiction, like I said, is so severe that they end up losing their self, their spiritual, their mental, their physical, everything about them. The only thing that matters, even food, like food is secondary to making sure that the effect of the crack and getting the crack is most high at all times. It's almost, I want to say, it's almost equivalent to a heroin addict. Heroin addicts almost feel it's like flu-like symptoms when they go into detox, and they constantly have to keep putting the heroin in their bodies to not be sick anymore. Crack kind of has that same effect in a way, to the point where it's the constant need. You got to constantly buy it, use it, buy it, use it. So it's this repeated cycle that can go on for years. I also wanted to talk about the detox process for cocaine and crack. So for cocaine, usually lasts in your system between 3 and 5 days. The cocaine detox is you're really tired, you're going to be eating a lot, you're going to be very agitated, because your body is telling you to put some more cocaine in. The same kind of goes with crack. So it's about 3 to 5 days for the actual substance to get out of your system. But the severity of the detox with crack is a little bit more because of the highly addictive qualities it has. So, you know, the agitation is more, the tiredness is more, the eating is more, and your mind and body is such on fire to make sure you refill that need that is going on inside of you. The detox is hard, and I do want to point out too, like, we don't see a lot of crack addicts coming in, and maybe it's because it's such a hard detox for them to get into. Because of the addiction qualities of it is so severe. I've seen a handful throughout my years with crack, but I feel like it's so severe that people just continue to use and use and use and over and over and over again, and their mindset is so fixated on it that they can't mentally ask for help or pick up a phone or realize that their life is unmanageable. If you or a loved one are struggling, or you know, have questions about crack or cocaine and the differences, I would love to be able to talk to you. Please give us a call at any time, 24/7. Even if you just have a question about it, or you know of a family member or a friend or even yourself that is struggling, or you might think that you're getting to that point of addiction, please give us a call so that we can either help you to get into our program or help you with the resource to get into another program. It's very, very important. The addictive qualities of crack are severe. And I cannot stress that enough to the public. Those who experienced it, I hope that you comment on YouTube on your experiences about it. As you know, the addictive severity of crack is phenomenal. Like, it's just out of this world. And I feel like if you are struggling, you really just need to pick up a phone and give us a call. If you'd like to learn more about crack or cocaine, click here.